Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking. It's against the law.
My name is Daren Wilkerson, and this is the East Bay Whip Crackers, and it's just a gathering of friends who have an interest in cracking bull whips. And I started it with my friend Baldwin, who's on his way. And we're just here to have a good time and trade whip secrets and look at each other's bull whips and try to learn a few more tricks and just have fun.
How did this get started?
This all got started in May of 2008 as I was preparing myself for the premiere of the 4th Indiana Jones movie. I really wanted to dress up and I needed to have a whip. So I went down to Rowell's Saddlery and I bought a whip that they had and I played with it for a little while.
What did you do to learn? Did it come naturally, etc.?
Initially, some of it came naturally. I had this whip and I was throwing it and I'd get a little crack, and then one of my friends was tossing like soda cans in the air and I would hit it. Then I went on YouTube and I found a man named Adam Winrich, who's a brilliant whip performer and has some really great instructional videos. But eventually I stumbled across an interview with a man named Anthony DeLongis, and he is the man who trained Harrison Ford for the 4th Indiana Jones film. He also trained Michelle Pfeiffer for Batman Returns. He was easy to contact. I got him on the phone and I was excited just to talk to him. And then I set up a day to drive down to his ranch in Los Angeles. And I have since been there 2 more times and I'm planning another visit next month. He's just a really, really brilliant instructor. He's been in films, he does fencing, but the bullwhip is his major passion. So he's helped to make it mine, and I've learned a lot about how to really be in tune with what the whip is doing from him.
So you learned from the same guy that taught Harrison Ford?
Absolutely. He didn't train him for the first 3 films. But it had been 20 years, so he trained him for the 4th film and taught him, probably a lot more than he even needed to know for the film.
What makes a whip crack?
What makes a whip crack? First of all, you have a very heavy handle here at this part of the whip, and when you throw it out, all the energy gets transferred down the taper of the whip. The whip gets thinner as it gets longer, and the energy picks up speed. And then when you get to the very end, this little piece of black string just flips over at 768 miles an hour, and that creates a sonic boom. And that is how a whip cracks. Right now I do a lot of children's birthday parties where I bring the bullwhip and I dress up as Indiana Jones, and part of my appearance is to do some whip performance. But I have also done some corporate events. I did an event at Google. Later this month I'm going to be doing a party for Apple. These are not bullwhips, these are Australian stock whips. And in Australia, whip performing is a major sport.
So is the whip a practical weapon for somebody who's looking to defend themselves on the streets, or?
No. Only an idiot would walk around carrying a bullwhip looking for trouble. It is an excellent martial arts training tool. It's a really, really fun hobbyist's tool, almost like juggling. It's great for performance. But as far as a weapon, it's really like a fantasy weapon. You can look me up on Facebook, Daren Henry Jones Jr., and contact me about whip lessons or hanging out with a group.
Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking. It's against the law.